Hello, entrepreneurs, dreamers, business owners, and happy people with high hopes. Welcome to Cashflows with your host, Cash Matthews.
All right, welcome to Cashflows. We're glad you're here. I'm your host for the day, and really every other day, Cash Matthews. And we put this show together for you. And the purpose of this, honestly, is just copy off your neighbor. You know, sometimes we all get stuck, Kenneth, and this life of ready, aim, and we never actually pull the trigger. So our motto here on Cashflows is fire, aim, ready, that you might find those answers to those things that matter. They might be entrepreneurship or life or relationships or things about your house. You never know.
Yeah.
So we bring people together in our room, and we love to talk to entrepreneurs, and you're one. And we're glad you're here.
Yes, we are.
Okay. So, Kenneth.
Sir.
I want to introduce you. This is our executive producer, the director of all things pod, Kenneth Bockham.
Why, thank you. Thank you. I'd hit the applause button, but I'm busy getting ready for something else.
Okay. Well, we're glad you're here, and thanks for all you do for this podcast.
Hey, you're welcome.
I'm
happy to be here.
You're kind of at the genius level.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That might be just the stool I'm sitting on. I don't know. Sometimes it's a little taller than. But anyway.
You look taller.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I've been working on that. But no, so, we love being here and supporting our local entrepreneurs.
Yes,
We're sponsored by and hosted on the Tulsa B.O.N.G, which is Business Owners Networking Group website. And it's super fun. Every once in a while, there's something that we see pop up on the page.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not quite sure exactly what it means, but it's so interesting that it receives its own theme music. And I thought maybe you'd like to share with us.
You have theme music for this one particular issue?
This one particular thing. And so I thought maybe you'll hear it, you'll know what's going on. Maybe then you can let us know what the story behind the story is.
Cool story, bro. Oh, yeah. Cool story, bro. So today, we're going to talk about cool story, bro. Kenneth, that is excellent, by the way. On a Facebook page like ours, and entrepreneurs come on literally by the thousands. We're the fastest growing privately held networking group in the United States. And a lot of new people come on, Sean. And, inevitably, they mistake networking for an advertising group.
Right.
And they come in and they make this really long post. If it's longer than 2 or 3 paragraphs, you have blown it. I think there needs to be a little mystery. And so inevitably, I'll send them a message like, hey, that was a great advertisement.
Cool story.
And I'll write cool story, bro, on the post. And don't do that. Don't be a cool story, because cool story, bro, ain't cool. It means that you're just overzealous. It might mean you're the designated poodle of the week, the POW, and we don't want to be stranded with the POW who's there giving us a hard sale presentation. Networking is about making friends. Not selling your stuff. And you'll find you can make friends across all ages. We have a young guy here in the audience today who's going to join us on the show in just a moment. Networking is about making friends. Kyle Sullivan says it the best. Make friends, meet people, make friends. The money will follow. Thank you for your story, bro. Thank you for your long posts. Cool story, bro. All right.
Cool story, bro.
You can let that run for 5 or 10 minutes.
Cool story, bro.
Right now, all around the country, people are bobbing their head going.
Cool.
And then all the guys my age are going.
Cool story, bro. Cool story, bro. Cool story, bro.
That looked pretty cool, didn't it?
Yeah, dude.
All right, we're going to wrap up the cool story, bro. We're going to introduce our friend Sean English with All Performance Roofing. Looking for hot shingles? Call Sean English. All Performance Roofing. Was that funny? Come on, we had to look up roofing jokes today for our guest. Sean's become a friend of mine. He's a young guy, but we see a lot of things the same way in life. Mostly, we're entrepreneurs.
100%. Thank you guys for having me.
We're doing the thing. We're glad you're here, Sean. You having a good day?
Oh, I am. It's Friday.
Friday,
fun day.
Friday is a fun day.
It is.
Even when you're doing, podcasts with your buddies.
That's what I was looking forward to all week. So.
Yeah, man. Well, you're going to do great. You and I met at the B.O.N.G group, right? And
I'm trying to think where.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a bit. Like we've known each other well over a year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and so what we want to know is what has your experience been with the B.O.N.G? I know you've met a lot of people hopefully you're making a little bit of money. That can take 2-3 years, but just tell me what's going on with the Bong and Sean English.
Well, with the Bong, we love it so much because me and a lot of other people have been in tons of networking groups.
Yeah,
You have to pay for them. You have to be there. It's mandatory. You can get kicked out, whatever. There's rules. Bong is one of the things where it's kind of free. You can come if you can make it.
Yeah, if
people
not,
understand emergencies, right?
Yeah.
And so it's a little bit more open, and I don't know. It's just a better vibe for me. And I mean, there's just so many people to meet.
And, I know you've made a few friends.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I could shout out everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that would take the whole podcast.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but, for me, that's the best part about it is making friends.
Yeah, I agree.
And the money always seems to follow. I don't really mention what I do for a living to most people, but my business is still growing in spite of me. And if you just go make friends with people, man, they'll find you.
Yeah, they will.
They'll figure your story out.
Yeah. I mean, it's you meet people from all over the community, and if you live here, you're in it for the long run. What's the rush? Make some friends and get some food.
You've had a good last year.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot better.
You've got a lot of stuff going on. You bought a house?
Yes, bought my first house in Broken Arrow.
Dude, I mean, how old are you?
24.
24 years old. Buying a new house.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, that's full on adulting, dude. Are you ready for that?
I don't know. It was a jump. I have buyer's remorse sometimes.
Well, but you have to have a place to live.
Right.
I mean, when you're 24, you can live in your van down by the river.
It's true.
And, but you made a big jump.
Yeah. Well, when I was about to pay rent again, renew the lease or whatever.
Right.
And I'm like, you're paying 100% interest. Even if I don't make all my money back, I can make some of it back. Some of it.
Yeah.
And interest rates suck right now, but
none of that stuff matters.
No.
But the interest rates are a little higher, but you bought your house a little cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just how it works.
Yeah.
There's always a compensation for these economic things, but dude, you stood up, bought a house. And it doesn't matter. I mean, back when I bought my first house, the interest rate was 13.64.
Oh yeah, see, that's more than what it is now.
Yeah, first house cost me $49,000. Last, 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Last car cost me $65,000, 4 doors. So it is a very different time. But good on you for doing that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I love seeing people doing the thing. That's why you're on the show. You're one of those young guys, but you're doing it.
I appreciate that.
I mean, imagine the number of people your age or older living in their mom's basement.
Hey, they get to play video games and eat snacks all day.
Yeah. Mom, the meatloaf. Oh, man. Well, we're glad you're here. Tell us real quick, just give us an overview of All Performance Roofing and what you guys are doing. And I know you do some painting as well.
Yeah.
Just give us a scope of what you guys are doing over there.
We do roofing, remodeling. We work a lot of insurance claims.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sadly. That's a whole nother
Yeah,
topic.
The insurance language is tough.
It is. And so we do that. And then in the winter, we do a little bit more remodeling and stuff because of the weather.
Right.
But I like the roofs. I like sticking to the roofs. It's a little bit more cut and dry. I don't have to be inside your house and move your furniture. And
yeah, but you gotta stay on top of it.
Right. You do.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There we go.
Oh, I get it now. It went over my head.
I was still thinking about how he said it's cut and dry, and I'm like, okay, you can cut the roof, dry in the house. Yep, okay.
Yeah, I know you got to stay on top of it. And I'm going to shut up now. Our interview's over. You embarrass me. So you're doing the stuff that people need, and by the time they need you, they're not very happy. If they've lost a roof or have a leaky roof, I mean, that's one of the worst things in the world is to have a shower in your hallway.
Yeah, 100%. And it damages your stuff, and
you get mold and wood rot and everything else. And it's what you're doing it's important work. And so let's hear a little bit about your story, where you're born. Just give me Give me the 411 on Sean English.
the rundown.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually born here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
No kidding. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was 91st St. Francis South.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Right.
I might be wrong. Mom, if you're listening, correct me.
Yeah, that's okay.
I grew up in Catoosa, but my grandma lived in East Tulsa, so we went to Tulsa Public Schools. And so I've grown up in Tulsa my whole life. Played football, went to Union, and when I hit about 10th grade, I got in trouble in school.
Okay.
And ended up trying to go to alternative and getting kicked out, and just ended up going to work. I miss playing football. I wish I would have stayed in school
right.
and finished it out at least,
Right.
But I got my GED later down the line, so
right.
same thing, right?
And nobody asks.
Right. Well, yeah, not in our industry for sure.
Yeah. Hey, before you redo my roof that's leaking into my kitchen, tell me your entire educational background.
Did you go to college?
Yeah. What was your GPA?
don't
my
think I've had
GPA
anybody
is
ask.
get paid always.
I like that.
All right. So born a Tulsa guy.
Yeah, Tulsa guy. I've traveled a little bit, but I love it here. I mean, this is kind of what I know. I've tried to go to other places, but it's out. I guess it's out of my comfort zone because I always come back home.
So you're a young guy. How'd you get into roofing?
So my ex-wife.
Okay.
Her dad was a crew leader, and we used to do the labor,
Right.
work for multiple companies,
Right.
and we'd run the trailers, run the crews. I was pretty much a project manager for a couple companies.
Okay.
So the sub is what they call it.
Okay. So you worked with him, and he helped get you started.
Yeah. They helped me a lot, and she's a great person. We still talk, still check with each other. She's a great girl.
Okay.
So, nothing bad about it. Just weren't for each other. You know what I mean?
Love is grand.
Yeah.
Divorce is $100,000. So,
Yeah.
no, look, we're here to have fun.
Oh,
not at your
100%.
expense, but
No. Well,
you're
I didn't know how else to put it. I mean, she got me into it. I've been in construction. I started out doing concrete and stuff.
right.
But when I was with her, I was working for her dad, and when I learned it, I was just like, I love roofing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it's the adrenaline.
I replaced a roof in my life, and my dad was absolutely sure I could do it and would like it, and it was one of the most miserable experiences of my life. And
Well, if it's in the Oklahoma summer, I understand why.
it was in the Oklahoma summer, and I got a sunburn and a face burn, and it was hard and it was hot, and yeah, I don't know how you guys do it, but whatever you're making off of this, you earn it for sure. So you get started on the career path. Do you have other skill sets with the house? Are you a handyman type as well?
Yeah.
Because you do construction.
Yeah, and I like what what's crazy is I used to love working on my own stuff, and then once I opened my own thing, I'm like, I'll just pay the guys to do it.
Yeah,
I do it all day, every day. I don't feel like touching anything. I used to paint my own rooms and stuff, and now I'll just call my guys and be like, "What is it?" I just
So you, if people want to engage you, you've got an actual crew who can do home repair.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can't do or won't do on a home?
No,
All of it.
I'll do it all
All right, very cool. You can
if the money's there.
All right, guys, lazy guys. That ceiling fan's been wobbling for a year. Okay, the porches need to be repaired for 2 years. The dog ate a hole in your fascia board somewhere. It's got to be repaired. Save your marriage. Call Sean English. All Performance Roofing, APRoofing, OK.com. And winter is bad on a house. And you start, like we were talking to the gutter guy the other day, and he was talking about how gutters fill up and go up under the roof, and you got to maintain a house.
You do. And we've been lucky. We have not got a winter this year. This is the coldest weather we've had.
Yeah.
The whole winter.
Yeah. And
Yeah, there's a lot of maintenance, a lot of upkeep. And I even me working on houses, when I bought my house, I didn't understand it,
Yeah.
I'm over here repairing. I had a drain that wouldn't drain. I had to get in there and pull that stuff out. It was gross.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to those plumbers, man. I don't know how they do it.
Oh, did you have to pull out a big hairball?
Oh, it was gross. It smelled horrible.
Yeah, well, it's been down there a while.
Yeah, well, now it drains. So
Yeah.
we did it, but it was miserable.
Oh, man. Well, so we had a bet, what we called it the Sean English over-under, on how many times you went to Home Depot or Lowe's the first year.
Oh, man.
You got to give us a number. Kenneth had 49. I had 50 and over.
Oh, no, it's well over 100, probably
Boom.
200-300
Bam.
trips. Well, when I was a subcontractor, it was around 2016, 2017, and we had a really big hailstorm in the Wausau, Claremore area.
Right.
And we probably did about 500 roofs.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, we had 4 or 5 crews running every day.
Wow.
Yeah, and we worked for most of the bigger companies, and they would keep us busy. And we would just be, you're pretty much, they call it the gopher. You're running all day, every day.
Wow.
And so I learned you download the apps, the Lowe's app and the Walmart app, the Home Depot app,
yeah.
and you put it in, and it shows you the aisle and where it's at. So you don't have to waste 30 minutes looking for it or trying to find an employee to help you, which
Right.
Nowadays it's pretty hard to get some help in there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so the
that's-
app is, use the app. That's my advice for the podcast today. Use the app.
Use the app.
Use the Lowe's app.
Well, that's a good one. I love entrepreneurs, you know that. And were you always going to, because you started working on a crew, but then I want to learn about the transition from you working for somebody to where you're employing people, to where you're living your dream out. You're building your dream. What was that moment like? When did it happen? And I want to know what it felt like.
It was really a blessing. It was like you just get a burst of energy and an idea. So I was working on the roof one time, and there was a sales rep that was working for the company. And he's like, man, I see you out here busting your back all the time. Have you ever tried to get into the sales side of things?
Right.
And I was like, no, I haven't. So he kind of showed me the role. His name's Brandon Williams, very good friend of mine. If he ever listens to this, I hope he does.
He has a roofing company also, right?
Yeah.
Is he a B.O.N.G member?
I don't know. It's called Honeydew Handyman. I don't know if he's a B.O.N.G member.
Well, we need to look that
I think
one
he's
up.
been going through some family stuff. I haven't been able to get hold of him lately.
Okay.
But he's a great guy. He taught me a lot. I mean, he taught me a lot about the sales side, learning what to do.
Right.
And I kind of skipped the whole learn how to sell and just went straight into, he's like, just open the company. Just the first roof you sell, that'll be your first company's roof.
Right.
And so that's kind of what it was. He kind of just guided me, and I don't know, it worked out well. It was a blessing, you know?
Yeah. So what was the first roof like? Did you do okay?
Yeah, we did. You know, this is a crazy story. If you guys want to
We got time, man. Let's roll.
We actually buried her pig. He got stuck in the place. I know it's crazy. They're sweetest family out in Claremore. Their insurance approved it. We got the first check, got it going, and their pig was stuck in the little, like, you know, those little plastic playhouses.
Yeah.
It was stuck in there. So we got him out, and he was good. And then the next morning, he was gone.
Wow.
They said it was from age probably, but they needed help burying him, and they dug a big hole in the backyard with a tractor, and we buried him, and they said their goodbyes, and I was like, well, we buried a pig on my first company install.
I mean, I think
Wow.
everybody has a burying a pig story, right?
Oh, well, I mean,
Well, that really happened. I mean, that is awesome. Was it like a big pig?
It was a big pig. He was big. He was very heavy.
Did you have any thoughts of saying you buried him and having a barbecue?
I wanted to crack the joke, but I knew he was a family member. You know how it is whenever, you know.
Well,
But for me, I probably would have cooked him up. I love food. I love bacon.
yeah.
Don't let him go to waste.
Yeah, I let him go to your waist. That's what makes the most sense to me. So you're in roofing, you're in construction. What you do helps a lot of people. I think what you do is great for our local economy. You know, one of the things that we see in our area, whenever there's a big storm, every roofer in the world shows up.
Yeah.
And that's not you. You've been in the business a while. You show up. You communicate well. You know, is that just part of the deal that roofers just show up from around the country? We had a storm you and I were discussing, and 54 roofers joined our page. It's not my page. It's your page and your page. 54 roofers joined your page.
Yeah, and that
in
was
one day.
That was just from a windstorm here. You
Right.
know? Imagine if we get a huge hailstorm.
Right.
It's just one of those things. If people are in their areas and they don't have a storm, I mean, you want to try to. They call them storm chasers. I've gone to Florida and worked, but I'll work for somebody who's local.
Who's local there?
Yeah,
you're
because
helping out.
you just help out, you know, because you want to help that customer feel comfortable and know that it's not just some fly by night guy.
Yeah. So locally, how can somebody tell who's a good guy, who's a bad guy? Because they all make themselves look good.
Their phone number, reviews,
Yeah.
check their Facebooks, check their posts, see if they've been in town, you know, because most new companies are going to have new content, you know, or they're going to have pictures of where they've been doing roofs. You just got to do some research, a little
Right.
footwork. There's a lot of options here too. I mean, there's a lot of great companies.
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about that. You know, in our B.O.N.G group, we have some people, and we all love each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And man, there's
enough work for everybody.
There's enough work for
but there's
everybody.
not enough work for those random guys.
Yeah,
out
you
of
throw
town.
54 companies into our page. I don't like that. And you know, that was the day that I got a sore thumb. You know what I was doing? Swinging the band hammer. Yeah,
do not get banned from B.O.N.G.
Yeah,
You'll
well,
be very
yeah.
sad.
Yeah, and I mean that was just bad form.
Right.
You know, now there's a party. These guys all built it, and we'll just get involved now.
Right.
You know, they don't come to the men's breakfast.
No.
You come to the men's breakfast.
Oh, I love the men's breakfast.
Yeah.
We have an all breakfast tomorrow, though.
All my house.
That's at your house.
Dude, I'd
Okay.
love to see you. I like hanging out with you.
Oh, it's great food. You leave out of there pregnant. If you're not already pregnant, you leave
Yeah.
out of there pregnant.
Well, I mean, with food.
Yes,
with
with
food.
food.
I mean,
to be clear.
Some of the best food. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
ready. I'm already getting hungry.
Isn't it amazing? You
It
know,
is.
that's another talk about the Bong community, but that's what we do. We hang out.
Yeah.
But we're really an eating club with a business habit. Professional eating club. I like that.
Coffee club.
We are definitely a coffee club. So is this what you wanted to do? Was there something else that Sean English was thinking, I'd rather be a...
Well, I didn't know this until a couple years ago, but I love the water. I go to Florida quite a bit.
Yeah, and you've got
3
those
times
jet skis.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. I want to do like chartering and being on the boats and the jet skis. That's what I would love to do, but I've already this far into this, so I can't run now.
Yeah, at 24, you can't really make any changes. Most people are locked in at 24.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You don't want to change
So
it.
do you go play on the local lakes?
Yeah, in the summer.
Yeah, that's your jet ski addiction.
Oh, it's definitely an addiction. It's expensive. Break out another 1,000, right?
Yeah.
Or there's all sorts of boat terms.
Yeah,
but it's fun. It's a little getaway out of work and kind of eases your mind out of everything,
Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do real quick. Kenneth over here, he's got an ad to read, and we're gonna say thank you to one of our advertisers. So, Mr. Kenneth, what do you have for us?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Cash, because what I have is an advertisement. This one is for CM Customs.
Yes.
I love the lead-in that you gave me there. All right, let's embark on a journey into the realm of affordable custom gifting and branded excellence with CM Customs. From custom trophies to personalized closing gifts, lake maps, drinkware, and professional branding items, we're your go-to for unmatched customization, making you the hero of every occasion. Learn more at shopcmcustoms.com.
You know what I did this afternoon on our break?
What'd you do?
I shopped cmcustoms.com.
Is that right?
Yeah, we have our big prom event coming up. And at our prom event, we have the Bong Annual Awards. And the list has been decided who the Entrepreneur of the Year is.
Awesome.
And, we've got lots of great awards. This year, something new. We're introducing the Tulsa Networking Hall of Fame. And that launches at the prom this year.
Oh, so, that's exciting.
That's super cool.
The Tulsa Networking Hall of Fame, not just the Bong Networking Hall of Fame. It's sponsored and promoted by the Tulsa Bong.
Well, hey, shopcmcustoms.com.
So they hooked us up on awards. Pretty exciting.
Very exciting.
All right, now you want to come to the prom.
Oh yeah, I'm going, buddy.
Okay, well you and I need to work that out.
We do. I was like, there's some tickets 2 days ago. He's like, not anymore. They're gone.
Well, I always keep one in my pocket.
Okay, I'm gonna be that lucky guy this year.
We'll work that out. So you like to travel a little bit?
Yeah, I do. That's one of the favorites, but that's because I've been stuck here my whole life.
Yeah. Where do you like to go?
Anywhere with a beach.
Yeah. So people like they're beach guy, mountain guy, big city guy. Like I love New York City.
Really? I've never been. I might like it if I go. I need to go check it out.
It's intense. But I also love the beach. Like I love the beach and I love going to the lake. Hate going to the mountains.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's no good for me.
Too much camping? Too intense?
Too intense. I'm a teepee. I'm a wigwam. I'm too tense.
There it is.
I just can't imagine getting chased by a freaking cougar.
Yeah.
Not the cougar we want either. No.
What is this, New York City?
Great. Well, hey, at least you have that documented for when you're 50 and you can look back on this moment. Hey, kids, here I am on the YouTube. I told you we were going to have a fun night tonight.
Oh, I had to get it started, So you had it started.
So let's talk about that. You like beaches or lakes? Do you have a preference? Have you been to both? I mean, you said Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say I have a preference because as long as it's warm and you're out there with your friends and family having a good time, it's kind of all that matters,
Dude, the beaches on Florida are nice.
The beaches are really nice, but what I do love about lakes is, you don't have the salt burning your eyes.
Yeah.
It's a little bit smoother on all your stuff, easier to kind of.
Oh, yeah, when you get your boat out of the ocean, you got to clean it.
Got to.
Yeah.
Got to. I've done my research on it, and it's a headache.
Yeah, I've been on the ocean a bunch on boats, and they weren't mine, so I skipped out on the cleaning part of it. I saw those guys working really hard for 2 hours after we went fishing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was weird. I never got invited back.
Huh.
Yeah, I think they were jealous of my fishing skills or something.
Maybe.
Yeah,
You caught the biggest one.
So, yeah, man, I love the ocean and I love lakes. And, when I start thinking about the good life, and we're here talking about the good life,
Here it is.
it may be time to go get a lake house for one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You know-
I'll have it with you.
Yeah, I am. Oh, I don't. Yeah, no.
We can Airbnb it or something.
Yeah, no, I'm not having anything with anybody. I've got rules, man. But you can certainly come to it.
Oh, perfect. As long as I'm invited.
Yeah, just hang on to that stuff. So what kind of goals do you have for the business for the coming year, and that and or personal goals? Because I know you got a lot going on, dude.
Yeah, I do. And I mean, personal goal, I guess, would be just learn how to prioritize my time management a little
Right.
bit better. I mean, that's what I have the biggest problem with, and I'm sure other people, because it's just so much to manage when you're doing your own
Yeah.
stuff, you know. And so I want to be a little bit more time management, make sure I'm being on time to things
Yeah.
and being on top of it. And then, you know, for the business goal, it's not necessarily grow, but maybe branch out into a couple other things.
Right.
More insurance work, maybe some water mitigation or something,
Right.
you know, doing like dry outs.
Oh yeah.
But I want to give something for my guys to have when we don't have a roof. You
Right.
know?
So let's talk about that, because your role went from employee to leader, and you now have people that work for you. You just said my guys.
Yeah.
What
So
what has that transition been like? Because you're 24 years old, leading people.
right. And it
Is that a challenge?
Yeah, it is a lot of pressure sometimes, but main thing is all you got to do is just take care of them. You
Yeah.
know? What would you want when you're on the job, busting
Yeah.
your back?
Yeah,
I want some waters. I want some watermelon. I want somebody to come check on me and bring us stuff we need. You know,
Right.
keep us full if we're hungry.
Right.
You know, just the little stuff.
Right.
That's all they look for.
Right. Yeah, I think there's a lot of wisdom in that. But it's interesting though, when you're the man, you're the leader.
Yeah.
Well, do you feel pressure from that?
A little bit. At first it was a lot of pressure, but you kind of get used to it. I guess
Yeah.
you get used to the stress.
Yeah.
You know,
You ever think about like how much revenue you create into the society just through employee wages? You know, because they're paying taxes and they're
Right.
spending it on houses and food and cars and.
the main thing that stresses me out is whenever I don't have the work for them.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily keeping me busy, but it's like, well, if they don't have work, you know, they got to be able to feed their kids and stuff.
So you just defined what we call a servant leader, because you want to serve your guys. Look, and if you take care of your guys, they will take care of your customers for you.
Oh yeah.
And you got to take care of them. Good on you, Sean English, for that. We're with Sean English, All Performance Roofing, APRoofingOK.com. So we're wrapping up here. A couple more questions, and then Sean's going to give us a golden nugget. And I know this one, and I'm excited for you to hear it. But what's the best compliment you've ever gotten in your line of work?
Honestly, what you've been saying, you know, is when people congratulate where the progress they've seen.
Right.
You know, that's my biggest compliment. It's people noticing the difference.
Right.
You know, it's like, okay, I'm doing something right. I might not be exactly where I want to be,
Right.
but I'm making progress.
Well, you know what, dude? That's part of life.
Right.
None of us are where we want to be, but we're where we ought to be. You know, we're right where we bargained for.
Yep.
And I'm proud of you, because just in the year and a half I've known you, you've definitely come a long way, and I appreciate that about you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Here's what I love this question. You scratch off the lottery ticket, you win 10 mil. What's next?
I don't want to be vulgar.
Okay, well let's roll that back, because Kenneth doesn't.
No, if I win some money like that, I would honestly want to invest some of it. Everybody says they want to do that, right? You
Right.
want to invest into accounts and stuff. I would blow some of it.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
Get it out of your system
Yeah.
while it's fresh on your head.
Yeah, so I've worked with lottery winners and rock stars that wrote a song, and that next thing you know, they're on TV. I've watched that. They actually had 10, 15, 20 million.
Yeah, that's wild.
Oh, dude.
First, I'd definitely hire somebody to help me manage it.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a guy for you. I'll give you his number.
Perfect.
I have this feel that you're a guy, you've taken care of your people, you've got 10 mil in the bank. Is there any special cause that you're just in love with you give a little money to?
Yeah, my little brother has autism, so I'd probably donate into something with
That they take, yeah.
Yeah, with that.
You know,
there's all sorts of stuff to donate to. That'd be the hardest part. It's like, what do I want to help? What do I want to do?
Yeah.
But just pitching into your community would be a huge thing. Help me.
Yeah.
Like right now, it's super cold out.
Yeah.
I'd love to get some some people warm. I can't imagine how it is being out in the
Yeah, we're
cold.
doing a jacket and blanket collection here right now, and we've been through, like, it's gone really well. And,
that's
and
wonderful.
we're in the
I don't know how I didn't see that.
because we emptied it, because we're putting it out there now. And the charitable side of this group that we've created together, we gave 20 full boxes to Toys for Tots over Christmas, and man, given to kids. Dude, our little group is doing pretty well.
That's wonderful.
And I respect everybody in it and everything we do. All right, where was Sean English? All Performance Roofing, APRoofingOK.com. I don't have a good .com sound. You got one?
I have a lot of sounds. I don't really have a .com sound yet.
We need to work on that.
Okay.
And I think we'd have a better show.
It's possible.
Sorry, we let you down on the .com reading.
Oh, it's all
Well,
right.
Okay.
But I can make it up. Is the next thing the Nugget?
APRoofingOK.
.com. Well, hang on. Is the next thing? Are we doing the Nugget next?
We're ready for the Nugget.
Okay. What's your favorite genre of music?
I like everything. That's a hard question.
Yeah.
We'll go
Okay,
with, we'll go with
perfect.
country. Oh, yeah.
So
Well,
I don't
I'll
have
let
a
you
.com,
choose.
but I got something for while he gives his Nugget. We're going to put some music underneath the Nugget.
Okay, we're going to roll on top of a track here.
All right.
So, Golden Nugget time, Sean English, All Performance Roofing, APRoofingOK.com. Talk to us, Sean. What's your nugget?
My nugget would definitely be turn your downtime into uptime.
Give us an example of that,
Whenever it's slow, whenever you're not busy, find something to keep you busy.
right?
Network, meet some friends, make some calls.
What are you doing next week? Because it's cold.
It's cold. I'm meeting all sorts of new people and familiar faces, so that's going to be fun. I'm going to be busy all week with friends.
Dude, that's so good that you turn your downtime into uptime. Folks, when you find a moment and it's downtime and you got nothing to do, call somebody, go have a coffee. The best way I found to invite people to coffee is one word with a question mark. Coffee? I don't think anybody's ever said no to that.
It works 60% of the time, every time.
60% of the time, every time. Hey, we're going to wrap the show up here, Kenneth.
All right.
But this is a great show. Sean, we wanted to have you on here.
Oh, thank you guys for having me.
You're one of
First
the
podcast. So
You're one of the young guns on the way up, and we love to watch people who are out there doing the thing. This is a guy whose behaviors you can copy when it comes to starting, running, owning a business, and taking care of people. He's gotten very good at it. He's gone from employee to entrepreneur to boss.
He's the boss.
He's the boss, man, and I think that's awesome. So thank you all for being here. To our friends who watch us and share us, to our sponsors who keep us alive, we thank you. And for today, be nice to each other. Make good choices for you, your family, and your community. And just for today, choose somebody that you need to forgive. Show forgiveness to somebody who absolutely does not deserve it. My friends, forgiveness is not about them. It's about you. And it's about letting go of those chains that might be holding you back. Forgiveness is beautiful when you do it. And you'll also help the life of the person receiving it. So with that, Mr. Kenneth, I think we're going to wrap up. You know, we're so happy with the way this show is going. And thank you to our listeners once again. This show is called Cashflows. And always remember, this show is for you.
That's our show for today. Stay tuned for another riveting edition of Cashflows.